ISWest is a Southern California company that makes it their mission to ensure disaster protection for businesses.
Businesses that suffer a disaster, 80% of them don't recover and 90% of them fail in the first year because they weren't prepared.
Disaster preparedness for businesses is not a luxury. Without being able to get back to business, it impacts the entire economy.
It's not just the large disaster. Think of the small things that could happen.
Well, what happens when the equipment that you have in your office burns in a fire or is destroyed by a flood?
Simple water main break. But guess what? It caused citizens or residents to leave the area. The small businesses that were in that area were impacted. They couldn't do their work. They couldn't operate for several days.
If you don't talk about it and something happens, you're in a much worse place, even if you've just had the initial conversation of, what are we going to do if this disaster happens? What are we going to do if this disaster happens?
It's always good to have a basic plan.
So for businesses, the disaster preparedness is their information, it's their data. It's
technology, what are you going to do with your technology? Are you backing up your files if you're really relying on?
If the small business isn't thinking about this, they're going to have a problem, and if they can't get their data, if they can't service their customers, because we've reached a point in our society where 24 hours isn't good enough anymore. 48 hours is totally unacceptable. If I can't get you the information you need in 2, 3, 4 hours, then I'm not going to be your customer anymore. A business brings their infrastructure, their servers, their equipment to our facility, and they put it here, and they locate it off-site. Everybody works in an office space. Lots of people work in an office space. And there's the telephone room that has turned into the server room over the years. And nobody wants to go in there because it's super hot and there's cables everywhere. You don't want to trip on anything. You don't want to bump anything, because if you do, you might take somebody down and it'll be the end of the world. So what happens is, when it gets to that point where you just can't take it anymore, or the systems have gone beyond what you know, you come to a place like ISWest, where there's a co-location, where we can take care of the heat, we can take care of the internet, we can take care of all of those things for you so you don't have to worry about that. What happens when it happens?
ISWest, located just outside of Los Angeles, provides not just business continuity, but business security.